Hi guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be recording a video again. It's been so long since I've been in the mood to do anything at all. For the last couple of weeks, I've just been working, school, the bare minimum, what's necessary, which also means I haven't read anything in a while. And I just finished my first book in about a month. On top of that, it was a physical book, which I usually don't find time to read. Granted, it was a manga, so it wasn't that long. But also, it was a manga. I don't get to read much mangas, even though I really want to. And I wish I could read more, but they're so goddamn expensive. Which I get why they're expensive, because it's a lot of work to do that art and stuff. But still, I wish I could read more. Anyway, I'm sitting down here because I completed the book just now, like literally 5 minutes ago, and I want to talk about it. It was the cutest thing ever. I'm sorry I'm sweating so much, but the place is hot. I had to turn off the fan so it wouldn't ruin the audio. Anyway, I just had to quickly sit down and talk about what is probably gonna be one of my new favorite series. I am a standalone girly. I love standalone novels, anything. My favorite graphic novel, one of my favorite graphic novels is Always by Yumi. I'll leave her channel link down below and the book so that you guys can check it out. It's a really sweet book, and that's one of my favorite graphic novels. And that's a standalone, or it was. I think I'm not sure. But I think she said she was writing the next one. Maybe it's a completely new book, but that's a standalone. Most of my favorite books are standalones. But when I find a series that's really good, I get obsessed with it. And I just feel it in my bones that this is gonna be one of my next book obsessions. I've attempted to read a couple of other series since the year started, like the Percy Jackson series, and it's fun. I'm still reading it. It's nice, but it didn't give me this tingly, girly feeling where I just want to talk to everybody about it. I haven't had this feeling since Twilight. I have not had this. No, that's a lie. That is a lie. I did get this feeling from the Letters of Enchantment series, which I have no idea why I stopped reading. I need to continue that series. But honestly, this is one of the few, I can probably count 10 book series in total that made me feel like just the biggest fangirl. And this is one of them. Let's talk about the book. It's called Insomniacs After School. Please focus. Yeah, so it's called Insomniacs After School. As I mentioned, look at my face. Look how I'm sweating. Gosh. As I mentioned, it's a graphic, not a graphic novel, it's a manga. And it's just so cute. It's so freaking cute. There might be a little bit of spoiler starting right now, just a little bit. I'm not going to spoil the entire plot of the book, but it's so simple, not in a bad way, but the entire book is so simple. There isn't much to say without spoiling it. So I'm just going to talk about it. So I'm going to say this is a spoiler video, but yeah. It's really short, so it was pretty easy to read. I read it in 2 days, which reading a manga in 2 days isn't impressive for the average person because there's barely any words in there. But again, I've been in a reading slump, so I'm really proud of myself for actually getting through this in 2 days. So let's just talk about what the book is about. So it starts out with, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce any of these characters' names because I can't and I don't want to butcher it. I'm just gonna say him and her. So it starts out with the male lead who's grumpy and always just he's not really the life of the party. He's not a pleasure to be around. No one really likes him. The group that he's in, he's just in a group of friends, their friends, and they're talking about this ghost story about the school's observatory that is now just a storage room because the observatory club was dissolved, and they're talking about this ghost story. Apparently one of the members of the observatory club died, and I don't want to say like how, I'm trying not to spoil it too much, and her ghost still haunts the place. So everyone's afraid to go up there, but they are doing a project and they need more boxes. So they asked him to go up to the observatory, get the boxes, which he obliged eventually. When he got up there, he found it cozy and relaxing, and he started to fall asleep, but then he heard a noise and he got scared. But it was just a girl from his class, no ghost. And they started chatting, and he learns that she also have insomnia, and he told her he also has insomnia, which is why he's always so cranky, which is why he comes across as really mean and nobody really likes him, because when you don't sleep for days on end sometime, you tend to be a bit cranky. So they bonded over that little shared trauma, and they fell asleep together, and that's pretty much the end of the first chapter. And it was just so cute. After reading that, I was hooked. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cute. Now, adding to all of that, the banter is getting kind of cute, and I just really like it. Also, there's a cat in there. There's a cat in there. Some of my favorite animes have cats in there, and it's just so much fun to see a cat in a book. Look at that little cute little baby. He's so cute. Or is it a her? I don't think I know the gender of the cat. Oh well, it's a cute cat. That's the point. I think there was a chapter that started with the cat. Okay, I couldn't find a chapter that starts with the cat, but the book also ends with the cat. Look at it sleeping. It's so cute. And yeah, the cat eventually joins them in the observatory. So now it's just three of them up there. Like, that's where the book ended. Well, actually, it ended with one of the teachers finding out they were up there, and they plan on rekindling the observatory club, and they are the first two members, plus the cat as a honorary member. Of course, there's like a layer of romance, teen romance to it, but also it's really just a cute story about high school. And even though it's very cute and sweet and fun to read, clearly, if you can tell from the title, there's some very serious issues that's discussed. The fact that they suffer from insomnia, and if you've ever had insomnia, whether it's like medically diagnosed or it's just for a period of time, whether self-induced or just because of something that's going on in your life, you know it's not fun. So that's pretty sad to see teenagers go through, and also their characters tied it back in with depression and how it made them feel. So that was also a bit sad to read about. So if that affects you, skip the book, because it barely talks about it, but I know every topic is different for everyone. But for me, it wasn't... Look at how much I'm sweating. For me, I didn't mind the slight discussion of depression. As I said, I started this yesterday. No, actually I started this Friday night. I didn't read it at all yesterday. So technically I read some Friday and I read some today, Sunday. And when I started it Friday, I read 2 chapters. When I went shopping on Saturday, I had to get the next book. I wasn't finished with it as yet, but I just had to get the next book in the series because I knew it was gonna be good. Once I was done with chapter 2, I knew I was gonna be obsessed. I knew I was going to want to read this book. And now that I've just completed this, I am thanking past me so much for having foresight and for wasting money she should not have. Thank you. I eased her off yesterday because I'm so happy I have this now. I'm gonna start it tonight, of course, obviously. And I can't wait. I don't know how many books there are in this series, but I was just on Goodreads and I added, I think, 11 books in this series so far. I didn't scroll through the entire list, so maybe there are more books as well. I hope there are more books because these are just cute. And yeah, I gave it 5 stars, naturally. And I just can't wait to read more. So this is gonna be my next read. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for something easy to read, if you're trying to get out of a reading slump, or if you're trying to get into mangas, I'd suggest this because it's just so lighthearted and fluffy and cute, and the graphics, it's good. It's detailed. It's just so sweet. And there's a cat in it. I hope the cat's in this one too. Yeah. Yeah. And also, which I didn't know, at the end of the book, like the little author notes type thing, it said Insomniacs After School began serialization in 2019 and has been adopted into an anime and a live action film. So even when I'm done with these books, I'll have more content, and I'm really hoping that they're good. I'm praying that they're good. Please let them be good, because these are so cute. You've read or watched Insomniacs After School? I want to be friends. I need somebody I can talk to about these cute little characters, please. I want to be friends so bad. You know, technically these are my books. So I bought the first one for Edmond. I bought it as a gift, and he did start reading it. No, he didn't finish. He started reading it. He said he's gonna finish the book though. And then I just decided to pick it up. So this technically is not my book, but it is now. So this is mine, because I didn't buy this with him in mind. I bought this because I want it. So I'm kind of just gonna steal this back and keep the collection for myself. I'll buy him a different book. But yeah, I'm just so happy to be out of my reading slump. It is so freaking depressing and annoying when I can't read. It's so frustrating. So yeah, thank you. Thank you to this author. Thank you to the... I'm gonna learn how to say her name. Makoto? Please tell me if I'm saying that wrong. But thank you for writing this book. And I'm so happy I received it at the perfect timing. And this is gonna take up an entire shelf on my bookshelves, which I don't have any more shelves right now. But I'm gonna have to buy a new bookshelf, because I'm gonna be getting all of these books and they're gonna have to go somewhere. So yeah. You don't understand this feeling unless you read. If you read, you get it. If you don't read, I understand that you think I'm crazy right now, but it's just one of the best feelings when you know you found a book that you can obsess over for a while. A good series that you know you can obsess over for a while, and you don't have to say goodbye to the characters anytime soon. And as I said, even though I generally prefer standalones, a good series, I love a good series. Okay, that's it. The place is fucking hot. I'm gonna turn back on my fan.